In a stunning turn of events, Donald J. Trump has been re-elected as the 47th President of the United States. The 2024 election culminated in a decisive victory for the Republican incumbent. Trump's win defied numerous polls and predictions. His strong performance in key swing states was crucial. Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, and Texas were pivotal. His message resonated with voters concerned about the economy and immigration. His populist rhetoric struck a chord with working-class voters. Pennsylvania, with its 20 electoral votes, lived up to its reputation as a key battleground state. Trump had narrowly flipped the state in 2016, and the 2024 election proved to be just as close. The margin of victory was razor-thin, with Trump ultimately edging out Harris by a mere few thousand votes. Trump's victory in Pennsylvania can be attributed to a number of factors. His campaign effectively targeted working-class voters in the state's rural counties. These voters, many of whom had previously voted for Democrats, were drawn to Trump's promises to bring back manufacturing jobs and protect American industry. Voter turnout in Pennsylvania was exceptionally high, with both Democrats and Republicans energized by the stakes of the election. The COVID-19 pandemic also played a role, as concerns about the economy and healthcare motivated voters on both sides of the aisle. The outcome in Pennsylvania highlights the deep political divisions that exist within the state. The urban-rural divide was particularly stark, with Trump performing well in rural areas while Harris dominated in cities like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. The results underscore the challenges facing Democrats in winning back working-class voters in the Rust Belt. Wisconsin, another crucial Rust Belt state, followed a similar pattern to Pennsylvania. Trump's victory in Wisconsin, a state he won by a slim margin in 2016, was driven by overwhelming support in rural counties. Despite Harris's strong performance in urban centers like Milwaukee and Madison, she was unable to overcome the Republican advantage in rural areas. Voter turnout in Wisconsin was among the highest in the nation. This high turnout benefited Trump, as it reflected the enthusiasm of his base in the state. The issues of trade, immigration, and the economy resonated with voters in Wisconsin's rural communities. The results in Wisconsin demonstrate the effectiveness of Trump's appeal to rural voters. His message of economic nationalism and cultural conservatism resonated deeply in these areas. The Democratic Party will need to reevaluate its strategies for connecting with rural voters, if it hopes to win back states like Wisconsin in future elections. Section 4, Georgia. A shocking upset for the Democrats. Perhaps the most surprising result of the 2024 election was Trump's victory in Georgia. This traditionally Republican stronghold had been trending Democratic in recent years. Harris had been favored to win the state, but Trump's victory there, while narrow, was undeniable. Several factors contributed to Trump's upset in Georgia. Concerns about the economy and the direction of the country motivated many voters to cast their ballots for the incumbent. Trump's campaign also benefited from a lower-than-expected turnout among African American voters, a key demographic for Democrats. Trump's victory in Georgia sent shockwaves through the Democratic Party. It underscored the challenges Democrats face in expanding their electoral map beyond their traditional strongholds. The loss in Georgia will likely lead to soul-searching within the Democratic Party as it seeks to understand the factors that contributed to its defeat. Section 5, Texas, cementing the Republican firewall. Texas, with its 38 electoral votes, has long been a Republican stronghold. Trump's victory in the state was widely expected, but the margin of his win was still significant. He won by a comfortable margin, cementing Texas's status as a key part of the Republican electoral firewall. Trump's victory in Texas can be attributed to the state's growing Republican lean and his continued popularity among the state's conservative electorate. His stances on issues like immigration, gun control, and energy policy resonated with Texas voters. The outcome in Texas highlights the state's evolving political landscape. While Democrats have made gains in recent years, particularly in urban areas, Texas remains a Republican stronghold. The Republican Party's dominance in Texas will likely continue for the foreseeable future, barring any major demographic or political shifts. Section 6. The road ahead. A changed political landscape. The 2024 election has reshaped the American political landscape. Trump's victory in key swing states solidified the Republican Party's power. The results have far-reaching implications for American politics. His second term will continue his populist agenda. Focus on immigration, trade, and national security will shape the conversation. The Republican Senate will support Trump's legislative priorities. The Democratic Party faces introspection and rebuilding. They must develop new strategies for key swing states. The election exposed deep divisions in American society. These divisions will shape the political landscape for years.